Dear children, today we are going to continue the same story, that is the scholarship jacket. And as I told you, that scholarship jacket is a story of a young girl who has maintained A plus grade or highest grade, you can say, for regularly, for continuously for 8 years, and she hoped that she would get the scholarship jacket. Then what happened, one day while going to PE room, that is physical education activity room, so what happened, she forgot to take her shots, and she went to her classroom, and over there she heard the conversation of two teachers. One teacher was saying that Martha, that girl who has maintained the good marks, good grade, should not get the scholarship jacket as she belongs to a poor family, and the other one was favoring the other girl. So when she heard all this, she got disturbed, and principal also next that day she was very unhappy. And then principal called her. She knew why principal had called her, and principal told her that year they had changed the policy and they would charge $15 for the jacket. If she would be able to pay that much amount, then she would get the jacket, or then otherwise the jacket would be given to the other person in line. Then what happened, then we have read till here where she met the principal, and she was looking into the eyes of the principal. We have read till all this here, and where the principal was telling her that it would cost $15. Then what happened? I stared at him in shock. Martha, she was quite shocked to hear all this, and a small sound of dismay, that is, dismay means shock, escaped my throat. She was very surprised. I hadn't expected this. She still avoided looking in my eyes, because the person, he was not true. Principal was not acting like a true person, honest person, so he was not looking into the eyes of Martha. So if you are unable to pay the $15 for the jacket, it will be given to the next one in line. This was said by principal, that if you would not be able to pay $15, then the jacket will be given to another person. I didn't mean to ask who that was, standing with all dignity I could muster. Then what happened? She didn't ask who is that person, the next person, because she knew already, and she stood up from her place and muster means she gathered and assembled lot of courage to get up, and then she said, I will speak to my grandfather about it, sir, and let you know tomorrow. So she said that I will let you know by tomorrow. I talked to my grandfather. I cried on the walk home from the bus stop. She kept on crying. The dirt road was quarter mile from the highway. So by the time I got home, my eyes were red and puffy. She kept on crying, and her eyes got red and puffy. Where is Grandpa? I asked Grandma, looking down at the floor. So she wouldn't ask me why I had been crying. She was sewing on a quilt as usual and didn't look up. So her grandma, at that time, she was doing some work. She was making quilt, रज़ाई वगैरह जो सिलनी होती है, that type. She was sewing that quilt as usually, and she didn't look up. I think he's out. She only told that her grandfather is out working in the bean field. So she went outside and looked out at the fields. There he was. I could see him walking between the rows, his body bent over the little plants, hoe in one hand. And what is hoe? Hoe is an instrument which is used for a garden tool with a long handle and a blade, which is used in the this kind of work only, to take out the plant or to insert the seed and all these things. I walked slowly out to him, trying to think how I could best ask him for the money. She went there because she wanted to ask for the money. I wanted that jacket so much. because she wanted to have that jacket because she had maintained A plus grade. It was more than just being a valedictorian and giving a little thank you speech for the jacket on graduation night. She wanted the jacket because it was not only that she had maintained A plus grade, but or to give a thank you speech. It was that jacket represent what? Her hard work of 8 years and expectation. I knew I had to be honest with Grandpa. It was my only chance. He saw my shadow and looked up. He waited for me to speak. I cleared my throat nervously and clasped my hands behind my back so he wouldn't see them shaking. Grandpa, I have a big favor to ask you, I said in Spanish, the only language he knew. So she started talking to her grandfather in Spanish language, and he still waited silently because what she wants to say, he was just waiting. I tried again, Grandpa. This year, the principal said, the scholarship jacket is not going to be free. It is going to cost $15, and I have to take the money in tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be given to someone else. The last words come out in an eager rush. So she said whatever the principal told her. Then Grandpa straightened up stridently and leaned his chin on a hoe handle. You can see in the picture here in the next page that how he stood up. How he stood up? He straightened up stridently and leaned his chin on the hoe handle. He looked out over the field that was filled with tiny green bean plant, and I waited desperately, hoping he would say I could have the money. She thought that grandfather would give her the money. He turned to me and asked quietly, what does a scholarship jacket mean? Instead of telling that you can have the money, grandfather said, you tell me, what do you mean by scholarship jacket? Then she answered quickly, maybe there was a chance. It means you have earned it by having the highest grade for 8 years, and that's why they are giving it to you. So grandfather tried to make her understand that you have earned that jacket. You're not purchasing that jacket. You don't have to purchase. Too late, I realized the significance of my words. Grandpa knew that I understood it was not a matter of money. It wasn't that. He went back to hoeing the weeds. He started again. Hoeing means that with the instrument, that is the instrument. He started taking out the weeds. Weeds are unwanted plant that sprang up between the delicate little bean plants. Finally, he spoke again as I turned to leave, crying, then if you pay for it, Martha, it is not a scholarship jacket, is it? Then he again asked, he tried to make her understand that if you purchase, suppose if you give the money also, pay for it, then it wouldn't be called a scholarship jacket, it would be called a ordinary jacket that you have purchased. Tell your principal, I will not pay the $15. I walked back to the house. She walked back to the house, locked herself in the bathroom for a long time. She was very angry with grandfather, even though she knew he was right, and she was angry with the board, whoever they were. She was also angry with all the managing committee who have decided that year they are going to charge $15. Why did they have to change the rules just when it was my turn to win the jacket? Those were the days of belief and innocence. It was very sad and withdrawn girl who dragged into the principal's office the next day. So next day she was very sad and she went to the principal's room. This time he did look in the eyes. What did your grandfather say? He asked. I sat very straight in my chair. He said to tell you he won't pay the $15. He said that she is not going to pay $15. The principal muttered something I could not understand under his breath. Muttered means saying something in very low voice that it is barely audible. You cannot hear those things. That is known as muttering. I could not understand under his breath and walked over to the window. Why? He finally asked. Your grandfather has the money. He owns 200 acres ranches, a large farm. Okay, where he asked that why he is not giving money. He has got a 200-acre farm, so he can give you money. I looked at him, forcing my eyes to stay dry. She tried to remain calm. I know, sir, but he said, if I had to pay for it, then it wouldn't be a scholarship jacket. I stood up to leave. I guess you would just have to give it to John. She also said that you can give this jacket to the other candidate, that is John. I hadn't meant to say that. It had just slipped out. So here Martha is saying she didn't want to say the name of the other person, other candidate, but it has slipped out of her mouth. I was almost to the door when he stopped me. Who is he? The principal stopped her. Martha, wait. I turned and looked at him, waiting. What did he want now? I could feel my heart pounding loudly in my chest. Something bitter and wild tasting was coming in my mouth. She was very nervous at that time now what she is going to hear, because she was not in a mood to hear all the sympathetic speeches that you try next year you would get, or something other type. So I was afraid I was going to be sick. I didn't need any sympathy speeches. He sighed loudly and went back to his big desk. He watched me biting his lip. Okay, he said, okay, we will make an exception in your case this year. I will tell the board you will get your jacket. I could hardly believe my ears. I spoke in a trembling rush. Oh, thank you, sir. She was very happy when she heard that she would get the jacket. Suddenly, I felt great. I didn't know what about adrenaline. What is adrenaline? It's the kind of hormone which is released in a body, and it increases the blood circulation. So she didn't know about adrenaline those days, but I knew something was pumping through me. Means the blood was there was an increase in the blood circulation, and making me feel as tall as the sky. I wanted to yell, she wanted to shout, jump, she wanted to run the mile, do something. Mile, mile is the distance that is in 1 mile 1600 meters are there. That is more than 1 kilometer. I ran out so I could cry in the hall where there was no one to see me. At the end of the day, Mr. Smith winked at me and said, I hear you are getting the scholarship jacket this year. His face looked as happy and innocent as a baby's, but I knew better. Without answering, I gave him a quick hug and ran to the bus. I cried on the walk home again, but this time it was because I was happy. I couldn't wait to tell Grandpa and ran straight to the field. I joined him in the row where he was working, and without saying anything, I crouched down. Crouch means she bent down and she started pulling up the weeds. She also tried to help her grandfather with pulling up the weeds with my hands. Grandpa worked alongside me for a few minutes, but he didn't ask what had happened. After I had a little pile of weeds between the rows, I stood up and faced him. Then what happened after doing little amount of work, after making a little pile of wheat, what happened? She said, I stood up and faced the principal said, he is making an exception for me, Grandpa. I am getting the jacket after all. That's after. I told him what you said. Okay, this happened after whatever I told him what you said. Means whatever the grandfather had said to her, she told the principal, and then principal had changed the decision. Grandpa didn't say anything. He just gave me a pat on the shoulder and smiled. He pulled out the crumpled means that is crushed or in which the creases are there, red handkerchief, and he always carried in his pickpocket, in his back pocket, and wiped the sweat off his forehead. Better go see if your grandmother needs any help with supper. Supper is dinner, or the lunch means with the food. I gave him a big grin. Big grin means smile. He didn't fool me. I skipped and ran back to the house whistling some silly tune. So that's how this girl Martha, she got her scholarship jacket. And I hope that you have understood the story. So today read the lesson, find out the meanings of the words, read nicely, and try to do the question answers yourself. And this time we'll discuss the answers on Thursday. On Thursday we have on Thursday or Friday I take the live session. Before that I won't give you any answers. So